Going live. Letting y'all know I'm going live. Going live. Christoph, y'all be quiet, man. I'm online. Yeah. What a day. It is rival day. The New Orleans Saints ain't got much to play for, but they got rivalry on the line, okay? Atlanta Falcons today. Give me 1 second. We're going to get this in here. The host, my co-host, EJ Jr. is not, Ever Gagne Jr. is not going to be here today. I'm hosting today, okay? So we're going to be doing this. We're going live. We're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints. Y'all just give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to wait till people come in. We on time. We're going to see if you guys going to be ready. Go Saints, go. We don't quit because the Saints are not making the playoffs or we still be talking New Orleans Saints, okay? It is what it is. Welcome to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. Well, I thought, shout out to the Who Dat Nation, shout out to Flock Nation, okay? Of course, the Pelicans had lost. This is their third straight after going 7-0. This is their third straight loss, okay? We kind of knew that the Pelicans was going to that the Suns was going to eventually beat the Pelicans. Okay, you play a team 3 times, you got an edge on them. There wasn't going to be swept. It's just what it is. Okay, but today we're going to be talking. We definitely going to be talking about the Pelicans. We're also going to talk about the New Orleans Saints. The main topic today for New Orleans Saints. Today, the main topic is your New Orleans Saints. Y'all give me 1 second. Just 1 second. The main topic is going to be today is about the Saints and the Falcons, okay? And we all know about the rivalry that the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons have. We understand about the situation the Saints are in. A lot of people have you're not getting too many people who coming around. A lot of fans have jumped off the ship. We know how y'all do. Because there were Saints fans who were, that was not Saints fans before 2006, before Sean Payton era came. And we understand that they're going to go back where they came from, okay? They're going to go back where they came from. So they're going to have a lot of people who are not going to show up in the boxes. They're not going to come back. They're not going to support the team all the way through the season. It don't matter if the Saints win, lose, or draw. We're going to always be supporting the Saints. It don't matter what it is. We're going to support Pelicans. We're going to support the Saints. Who Dat Nation, Flock Nation. We here. So welcome to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. If you guys would like to come on today and talk about the Atlanta Falcons, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Long time no see. Watched the end of the Pelicans game last night. The NBA is a long season, so many games to play. That is absolutely correct, Christopher. That is an absolutely correct statement. It's a long season. So I know that basketball is always about runs. Basketball is a very long season. It's not so much about like the NFL, like the Saints is having such a horrible season. But we are going to talk about the fact that the Saints are going. They're playing their rivals in the division. They're still mathematically in it. The Saints are still mathematically in it. If everybody in the division just happened to lose, because you got to remember that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Bengals today. They're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. So it's a possibility that they can lose some games. They got to play the Atlanta Falcons again. They got to play. See, the division can knock the division off. Okay? A lot of people think the Saints fans think that this football team is going to fire Dennis Allen. I know you guys want it, fans want it, but I don't see it happening. And I'm a realist. I'm a realist. A lot of people think that the Saints are going to fire Pete Carmichael. I don't see that happening. You know, I think what's going to happen more realistically is the Saints are going to get rid of a lot of older players. There may be some changing in the on the offensive side of the ball. We definitely going to have a new quarterback. We're definitely going to have a new quarterback. I really believe the Saints are going to get a new quarterback. Draft the agent. The Saints are not going to have Jameis Winston as their quarterback. They're not going to have Andy Dalton as their quarterback. I think that the Saints feel that their roster is good enough on the defensive side of the ball to keep some of these guys on this football team. I don't think that the Saints need a drastic blow-up. I don't think the Saints need a drastic blow-up. I don't think the Saints have to get rid of a lot of players. I don't think that. I don't think the roster is bad as we think it is. It reminds me of the Dallas Cowboys. It reminds me of many teams who have went and just got a quarterback and they ended up right in the damn look at the Minnesota Vikings. Just last year, the Minnesota Vikings won 4 games. The Minnesota Vikings won 4 games last year, but they had such a damn good roster that they was able to compete. The next following year, look at them. They just completed one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history yesterday against the Indianapolis Colts. They were down 33-0, and they won. And all they did was remove some players and a coach. I don't think the Saints firing Dennis Allen in one season. I want them to, but I'm realistic. I don't see them doing it. I just don't see it. Maybe next year, but I don't think that the Saints are going to fire Sean Payton. And a lot of people are going to be upset with that. Fire Dennis Allen. So what's up, Nas? I see Nas in the house. What's going on, Nas?
Not much.
Just I mentioned something. How you doing? I seen some of your posts on the Baddest Sports Show Facebook. I seen your frustration. You were saying that Dennis Allen needs to go, and you think he's going to be gone. I don't think he's going to win. I don't see no evidence unless he doesn't win another game. That's the only way I see him being fired. If they just go on and not play for him for the rest of the year, then I can agree with you. But I'm listening to Pete Warner talking about we're gonna win all 4 games. That's Pete Warner. You got players on the football team.
Linebacker. I'm surprised at that. A 2-year linebacker.
You got players saying that they're gonna win. So that's not quitting on the coach. That's not quitting. The Saints are one of the most highest losing as far as injuries. They got so many devastating injuries. Are we really evaluating the coach? Is it really the coach's fault that they're in the situation that they're in? The Saints are the most depleted roster in the NFL. They have the most depleted roster as far as players that is injured. So do we hold the Saints accountable for injuries? Do we fire people because of major injuries? And that's what happened to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings had Cook. Cook was hurt. Many players on Minnesota was injured last year. They fired the coach, but that coach had been with them for a long time. Okay? I don't see this organization firing Dennis Allen. I want him fired because I believe
as head coach, yeah, but not as defensive coordinator.
But they're not. He's not coming back as your defensive coordinator. If they fire him, he's not going to do that. The man got pride. The man ain't gonna coming back. He leading the organization. He's the head. He's not going to go from head coach to and let me tell you something. Sean Payton, if some kind of way Sean Payton gets back, may be a possibility. I don't even see him coming back as the defensive coordinator for Sean Payton. Once a man take that high leap, he ain't gonna go back and be somebody's defensive coordinator. If they fire him in 1 year, don't think the man coming back to be your defensive coordinator. Okay? The Saints organization don't fire. Now, the only thing I can see is Pete Carmichael being the scapegoat. Pete Carmichael being fired is him being a scapegoat. Is Pete Carmichael the problem because of injuries? No. Has he made some questionable decisions? Yes.
Yeah.
Is he not creative enough? Yes. But
no. Yeah, he's not being aggressive like he used to be.
Well, let's talk about it. Landry drops a touchdown in the end zone. Landry drops a touchdown in the end zone. Y'all got to understand.
On that one play.
So are we gonna really say it's all coaching when players are not doing what they're supposed to do? Are we gonna just sit there and say it's all coaching? Are we led to believe that coaching is just the reason the Saints are in the predicament? I don't think, even with Sean Payton as the coach, I don't think that this team would be winning. Sean got out at the best time because if you look at the division, every team in our division is struggling. Every team in the NFC South is struggling. If Jarvis Landry don't try to do a one-hand catch and try to catch the ball with two hands, the Saints win that football game. We're talking about a possibility of the Saints winning the division. I'm a realistic. I'm not going to sit here and put everything on coach. And that's an escape goat to me.
Oh, man.
That's escaping situations. Okay? I like for you, Humphreys, to show your face because you got H up there. Most of the time when you guys, if you guys going to use your avatar, put an avatar. Nobody know who you is. You just got the letter H up there, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it makes our
who I am.
To look a little cheap.
But I'm give me a second, bro. You know,
brother, it makes my content look a little cheap. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, y'all got to understand that there were more. I'm gonna mute you until you get ready, brother. There were many things in the game. The Saints just getting Andrews Pete back. The Saints just getting Trevor Penning back. The Saints are just getting they're getting their offensive line back. You can't win. I don't care what quarterback you got. Whether it's Jameis Winston, whether it's Andy Dalton, whether it's Drew Brees. If your offensive line is depleted, you cannot expect the offensive coordinator to be creative in plays. You cannot be creative in plays when you did with a bad offensive line. If the quarterback don't have time to get the ball off, you can't have no time. I just got to be real with you. And I'm not making excuses. The offensive line was terrible.
And over the years, we've had a top 10 offensive line. Always.
Top 10 offensive linemen. I mean, the Saints, under Sean Payton, we had some of the best offensive linemen. That's
top 10, period, every year when he was on the head coach helm. Now look at us. We look like a shell of ourselves. We look like an absolute shell.
Well, I mean, and just to piggyback off of that, right quick there, Everett, we also had better offensive line coaches. I don't know what the hell went on. I don't know what went on with this Doug Marrone hire, but like I say again, I said this weeks ago that Nick Saban said that was the worst hire he ever made. So, as you can see,
I said about that Humphrey in the NFL, and I agree with you, but the only thing it wasn't so bad to me because he had already coached the Saints. and he had already in the NFL. He was already the offensive line for Saints back in the past. Okay, so I didn't, and the Saints were top 5 with him as an offensive line coach in the past. But let's just be honest, James Hurst is out there. You got a James Hurst starting at your at a tackle position. I mean, what do you expect? Okay, you playing some of the best defensive tackle and the pass rushers, defensive ends in the NFL. They're looking at chop when they see some of these guys out.
I put Trevor Penning over him at a heartbeat. Like Trevor played through the whistle with them cats.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been depleted, man. Let's just talk about the offensive line. And if you look at statistically wise, the quarterback position really ain't playing that terrible. Rather it's Jameis Winston. Rather it is Andy Dalton. It's not the quarterbacks. At first I used to think, I was sitting back and saying, oh man, because of the name Andy Dalton, it just make us all go into a curl. Like, this guy. I mean, Andy Dalton. I mean, come on, man. Old ass Andy Dalton. Oh man, he's trash. We just go on based on Andy Dalton. We just don't. He's not sexy. He's he's older. So we just like, oh my God, Andy Dalton. But I had to go on the numbers. And I have to look at the numbers. He's passing over 68% of his completions are being completed. Andy Dalton has he has 15 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Okay,
but
any other
your record is what it is, good. Bro.
And your record ain't matching winning football. Really,
but hold up. Is it him? I mean, playing defense. It's quarterbacking. I mean, quarterbacking, fumbling the football at crucial times. We lost football games, 2 football games.
Look at it like this here too, Everett. You also have a coach that's playing not to lose. Instead of trying to play to win. So I mean, bro, it's a lot of short field goals that should have been 4th and 1s that you should go for. Instead of saying, okay, man, well, look, hey, I'm gonna go ahead on and leave a minute.
Leave the field and not be aggressive. And let people be aggressive.
Don't over talking. Hold up, nice. Don't over talk him. I got it. I'm gonna mute myself because what he said is facts. The bottom line. Let's go back to us being conservative. We got Jim Mora all over again and Carl Smith. I'm about to mute myself. Go ahead,
man. That's like stabs. That's salt in the wounds, bro. Just to even bring up those guys. But yeah, man. We played a lot of games, bro. And it's like, okay, yeah, man. You can't lead the defense on the field, 35 minutes out of the 60. And we got a chance to go for it, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and on their side of the 50. And we're settling for field goals, or blown 4th down conversions with the game on the line, and it's like, bruh, it's been said the whole season, bruh, it's bad coaching. My man is in over his head, and I'm gonna just say this here, and then I'm gonna mute myself. If he don't win against Atlanta today, you go ahead, pull the plug.
I'm going to say history, they don't pull the plug to the end of the season. There are reports that Sean Payton, they got reports, but Jim Mora had been the coach since 1987. He has been the coach since 1980. Jim Mora quit in a season, if we really want, against the Carolina Panthers, and he had been the coach since 1987, and that was in 1994 when he pulled the plug on himself, going into 1995. Okay, so that is told that So I don't see him. He's not going to pull the plug on himself. The organization going to have to pull the plug on him.
Well, that's what I'm already saying.
At that point, what is it going to do any good for us to fire him? You fire him at the end of the year because the Saints don't have a chance and hell if we lose this game of going anywhere. So you go let him ride with the team all the way to the end of the season, and then you pull the plug on his ass. We go and get a press conference, and then we start going on and finding a new coach. That's when you pull the plug. Our organization are not like the other organization. We just don't fire people out of we just don't do that shit in the season. We don't do shit like that. Okay, we're similar to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization who keeps coaches for a little minute. We don't just get rid of players.
That's the highest standard. Okay.
Well, since Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis and all these guys have been, just look at the Saints' history. They just don't fire people in 1 year. Even under Jim Finks, they don't fire coaches under 1 year. Okay, that's just not how we do things. Okay, well, we don't just go in the season and just do stuff like that. But I'm not a disagreement with you. I'm saying let him ride. Let him ride all the way to the end, because it's not going to improve us. It's not going to improve us moving on to an interim coach. That's not going to improve us. So what we need to do, let him coach, get down to the end of the season, evaluate. Maybe Sean Payton thinks about coming back. Maybe because from what I'm hearing, it's a possibility, because he's still under contract, that Sean may just say, you know what the hell? I'm hearing Sean Payton talking behind Dennis Allen back, doing some cutthroat shit. Okay,
hey, bro.
So it's a possibility. I took a rest, and I may just want to come back. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I did what I wanted to do. I showed New Orleans what y'all ass gonna look like without me, and now y'all need me. So y'all give me a pay raise, and y'all give me the keys to what I need to do to keep being successful with this organization. I would not be surprised if Sean Payton pull a fast one on our ass and come his ass back, because what is he gonna gain? Shout out to the big Philly out there. What is he gonna gain? What is he gonna gain by going to anywhere else other than Los Angeles Chargers? If the Chargers are off the market, if they go into the play, he can't go to the Chargers. So that's not the idea he wants to play. I mean, the coach is the Chargers. He don't want to go to Indianapolis. He want to go. That would be like being in New Orleans. Okay, that's a situation, a dome team, and that's even worse than New Orleans, because you're going to the north. He wants to be in LA, where he can coach in LA, because he moved to LA. He just bought a new house in LA. His little woman is in LA. So he wants the Chargers job. That is no secret that he wants to be a Charger. There's no when you look at it, goes down, he goes over there, and he was talking to the owner at halftime. When they was losing, they lost the game. I mean, they won the game. He was upset and walked out of that stadium, looked like he was upset. He wants the Chargers job. But if he don't get the Chargers job, it don't surprise me that he'll come back to the table and talk to New Orleans and come back home. Okay? It's not out the possibility.
Look. Let's say this here, bro. All right, just hypothetically. Okay.
And shout out to Big Dog Philly.
Yeah, he's got 2.5 years.
He wants Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you could always go get you a quarterback. I've already seen, the short wish list of college quarterbacks that's going to be coming out. That's supposed to be in black and gold next year. But
wait, you talking about us?
Yeah.
We can always go get us a quarterback.
No, look.
The only way we can
always go get us a quarterback.
All for us to get a quarterback, we gotta let old Sean go. If we want a real good quarterback, we get our 2 draft picks. You get your nice 2. You get your 2 draft picks for Sean Payton. Okay,
yeah,
2 number 1 draft picks, or either a first and a second for Sean Payton. You can build your franchise. If you move on for Sean Payton or you keep him, it's a win-win situation for the Saints.
Okay.
So
all I'm saying, check it out. Check it out. All I'm saying is that, okay, man, well, look, all right, hypothetically, he comes back to us, finish them 2 years out, then we get nothing for him, and then he still leaves. I mean, and bruh, like I'm saying again, hey, we still got a lot of
No. We're not waiting 2 years. We're not waiting 2 years.
Sean Payton not free agent until 2026.
He wants to coach now. They said Sean Sean said he wants to coach next year. So we're gonna give up he's 2 years under contract. He has to, even next year we can get something for him because he's 2 years contract with us.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but I'm just saying hypothetically, if he comes back to New Orleans, and then he still leaves after them 2 years are gone, then we end up with nothing for him.
No, we're not gonna let that happen. Saints ain't letting that happen, brother. That's not business. The business, what they doing, they're not gonna. They know they got assets with Sean Payton. The Mickey Loomis didn't give up, my brother. Look, don't you go nowhere, huh?
I'm not going nowhere. I'm Mickey. Get me, I'm the 10 man right now. Bro.
Mickey didn't give up. They got with Holly Roseman, right? That trade for Chris Olave. They didn't give up. They didn't give up them picks because for nothing. They knew that they had an opportunity. They had assets that was possibility in their future. They went up and got that wide receiver because they felt like, hey, we ain't gonna have a first next year, but we can possibly get 2 firsts next year.
Yeah.
Okay. We have. They knew to climb up and get a guy like Chris Olave. That was going. Hey, Sean, look, we ain't gonna have a draft pick to go draft the quarterback unless we go get Hendon Hooker in the second round.
Well,
or we go get that's planned, but we don't know if Hendon Hooker or one of them guys gonna be there in the second round because you got to remember they got the Senior Bowl. These guys play, they stock up. It goes up. The kid from Florida, they stock goes up. So we don't even know the guy we want is gonna be there. You got Levis. The kid from Kentucky, Will Levis. So there's options for the Saints.
From North Carolina.
We get a guy in the second round who Drew Brees was drafted in the second round. So you ain't telling no lie. You ain't telling no lie, brother.
Yeah.
It has to be. Okay.
Well, I mean, we can definitely probably jump back in. By the end of the first round, if you give up that second round. If that right quarterback is there at the bottom of the first round, it's possible, you can maneuver and do things, which brings me to my next question here. Should we have paid Armstead and maybe drafted the D tackle instead of Trevor Penny?
No, because Armstead has been injured with the Miami Dolphins. And that we all knew. At some point we gotta let some of these old heads go. It's gonna be better off for the Saints in the future. We may not see some of that stuff now, but in the long run, some of these guys that's gonna hurt us in the salary cap. To be honest with you, you gotta let some of these guys go. There's gonna come a time. The only guy I don't see playing for another team is Cam Jordan. He's gonna be one of them guys like when you see Michael Strahan, you see some of these guys. He's gonna be a guy that's gonna walk away with the Saints. Okay,
what y'all think about
national media? He's already, he's already preparing for his ESPN, NFL network. You can see him talking and he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see guys like that ever leaving the Saints. Okay,
Cam made clear. Cam made clear.
Yeah, I don't
Cam
see
Cam. Clear. He's not leaving. He ain't leaving us. He made it clear he ain't leaving us. He retiring this thing.
Yeah, he's gonna retire. So I just believe that. Okay, but as far as Saints go, as far as the Saints go, we having a bad season. The whole division is having a bad. The whole division. I know we're gonna talk about Saints because we are Saints platform, and we're gonna talk about what we're doing. But let's not act like the team that's on top of the division, who have a defensive coordinator just like Dennis Allen, who over there with Tampa running the black guy, who's running. He's no better than Dennis Allen, to be honest with you. Okay, he has a Hall of Fame quarterback, and they playing just as bad as the Saints. And you know what I'm saying? Imagine. So I just think it's just a bad year in the division. It's an injured, played division who has terrible quarterbacking, except for Tampa Bay. All the quarterbacks in the division are terrible. Okay, so
I think is going to happen with Tampa Bay? You know what I feel like is going to happen with Tampa Bay after this year? Brady's going to retire after this year if he don't make the playoffs, and they're going to fire. And after that, with the fact of this is Todd Bowles' chance to prove himself, they're gonna fire him. They're gonna fire Todd Bowles after this year.
I don't think they're gonna fire him. They're not gonna fire him in 1 year. That 1 year shit y'all keep thinking it's not gonna happen. Listen. He's gonna get fired next year because he ain't gonna have no quarterback. But it's gonna go downhill for Tampa Bay. It's going downhill fast. They're going back to being the and don't be surprised. There's one thing I'm gonna say. If Payton decide to pull a fast one on the Saints and come back, the only thing good I can see, don't be surprised Sean Payton and Tom Brady come to the Saints for that 1 year and come over to the Saints. Y'all gonna be like, what the hell is going on? That's an option too, okay? That's an option.
We already saw with that Miami scandal.
Coming back to New Orleans, I think I'm sorry. That's an option. But we got Larry on the. It's so great to see Larry, man. It's so good to see you out here. This Atlanta game.
Tom Brady looks washed. Oh, Tom Brady is washed. I'm sorry, he's washed.
Quarterback. Hold on, Nas. Hold on. I'm talking to Larry right quick. We got a rookie quarterback, a guy that I was interested in, and I had told a lot of people in the chat that we probably should have went and got one of them rookie quarterbacks. Okay, when I told people about Kenny Pickett, everybody was throwing up. When I told people about the kid that's over there in Tennessee, people were throwing up. They didn't want a quarterback. So, and then now we got the kid on Cincinnati. And he's we're going to play. Hold on. This is a Larry question.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm coming right back to you, brother. Larry, this Atlanta Falcons game. We're playing to Atlanta Falcons. We always play down to these rookie quarterbacks. What do we got to do to stop this young rookie and beat the Atlanta Falcons? Then I'm going back to you, Humphrey. Go ahead.
Man, we got to disguise our coverages, and we can't let him sit back there in that pocket and get comfortable. We got to make him uncomfortable all day long. We got to keep him moving. We can't let him sit there and just pick us apart. Now, he do got a skill set to him where he can take over the game. I saw that in preseason. He got some smoke to him, but we can't let him get comfortable, and we got to disguise what we're showing him to confuse him.
Was that a mistake not getting him for the Saints? I'm asking you.
In hindsight, see, the thing is, you never know what you got until you get it. Like, we didn't know what we had with Dennis Allen until we got it. We didn't know what we had with Pete Carmichael until we got it. We got what we was asking for. So in that case, you never know what you're getting with these rookie quarterbacks. Some of them going to come out there and just blow it out the water right out the gate, and some of them, they're going to walk. They're not going to run. They're going to walk. They're going to take their time developing.
Like letting them sit behind the Jameis Winston, and I think that's what I think we're going to retain Jameis because he's still under contract, and we can get a young guy to sit under Jameis. That I think that's the best option for the Saints because you don't just throw away $14 million. That $14 million is going to hurt the Saints.
You want my honest opinion? Hold up.
Larry.
My honest opinion is this: with this regime that we got coaching right now, Desmond Ridder look like shit. We don't have no real quarterback. I'm gonna tell you the truth. He'll look like shit. It's all about coaching, as we seeing. It's all about the coaching.
Well, could it be that is Pete? Hold on. Let me ask him this: could it be that maybe it's not Dennis Allen? Maybe it's Pete Carmichael. Maybe the Saints. No. Listen.
Not Pete. Dennis the head.
Hear me out. I don't think the Saints fire Dennis Allen in 1 year. I think the Saints going to use Pete as an escape, and the Saints are going. I know this is not. How much y'all want to put up money? The Saints don't fire this nigga.
They're not gonna fire Dennis. They're not gonna fire Dennis, but Pete definitely got to go.
How much I want? I know fans. I know Saints fans are emotional, and that's what they're gonna do. And that's the same thing that's going with Todd Bowles. They want Todd Bowles fired. 1 year this happening. I think Carmichael be fired, and they go out and get somebody else to run the Saints offense. Somebody is more creative. Somebody else in the same direction. But
I read Joe Brady.
I'll go back to you.
Or Pete or Frank Wright.
I read to see Joe Brady.
That is awesome what you just said. That is awesome. Humphreys, go back to you.
Okay.
You was trying to say something, and I cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. Your turn.
Well, it's all good, bro. But as you was talking about rookie quarterbacks, we should have went and got Bailey Zapp. That's who we should have got from Western Kentucky.
Ooh.
Could have sat behind Jameis or Andy for a year and been ready to play. Bro, he would have fit in down here. But
great
now
system, bro.
to also
fit the system.
Yeah, but to also say, with Larry saying with coaching, basically Dennis Allen is the one calling the defense. So, go
back to Dennis Allen. Most NFL analysts still saying Dennis is doing a great job. That game against the 49ers, Dennis Allen, just hear me out, Larry. The game against the 49ers, that was a winnable game. The defense kept the Saints. The defense kept the Saints in that game. We should have beat the 49ers, but we didn't. But the offense could not score. The offense could not do. They done enough to win the football game. The game against the Minnesota Vikings, they done enough to win that football game. Offense could not overcome themselves. If you look at some of these games that we lost, it wasn't the defense. It was more of the offense.
But how long I've been saying that though? How long I have been saying that?
I give you your flowers. I'm giving you your flowers.
It was really a combination of both. Because sometimes when the offense had us in it, the defense sold us out too. Now, Carolina game.
But is that a product of injuries? And Mean Show Game is in here. Is that the product of? And I'm gonna ask you, Mean Show Game. Is that the product of not having Lattimore not playing much because of that serious injury, not having Pete Warner at certain times when we needed Pete Warner, not having some of the secondary help. A lot of people was hurting that secondary safety. Tyrann Matthews paying him that kind of money to come in and step in, not playing the way he's supposed to play. Not Marcus May. Some of the inconsistency with him and him being in and out. I know I'm making a lot of excuses, but what you think about that Mean Show Game?
It's not excuses. Pretty much, and what's up to y'all, fellas? I kind of just chimed in and was listening to the intel and stuff like that. So come on into y'all guys. It pretty much is the inconsistency of just like the highs and lows, up and downs. Not really seeing our whole team play at full strength. I think that if we had all our guys at our disposal, this would have pretty much been a different season. It's starting to become like the same old tale of us having a laundry list of injuries, right? When you look at it, and this year and last year in particular, we had a lot of our skill players. Like, we're not talking about dudes that's third stringers. We're talking about our starters. Most of them, if all of them, wasn't starting playing most of the games. And it's kind of like, it's starting to become just like, our medical staff is not upholding these guys. So when it comes to Marshawn missing all of half the season, right? Our secondary, they didn't really get gashed. Like Jamar Chase, he had a day. Jefferson had a day. Like most of the wide receivers against our secondary ain't really cut up too bad. So it was guys that, it was things that was happening when we wasn't creating a pass rush for most of the season, and just letting quarterbacks have their way. And in some games, you saw where our defense stepped up, like you said, for that San Francisco game. That was a winnable ball game. Alvin had 2 fumbles, right, in the red zone. So that's 14 points. And then you had Will Lux miss a kick when it was a chip shot. So you seeing some of the things happening with our ball club that's just uncharacteristic, but it all boils down to coaching. You wouldn't have seen half of none of this stuff had we still had Sean Payton. Now, I know, we're going to say we don't have Sean. Cool. But, again, I still feel like Dennis is in over his head with coaching this team. Now, defense, yeah, he had us top 5 and we wasn't 5. Coaching the whole team, you're not an offensive-minded dude. Versus Sean was an offensive-minded dude, and he pretty much was rallying the troops, whether it was offense, defense, special teams, what have you. So it's like now, with our team being hurt and coaching was just poor. I'm sorry, like the whole season. That's why I was like, I put a post up, and for me to see the Saints, what's up?
Let me ask you a question. So if we bring Dennis Allen back, which I think we are, should the Saints go get a high profile, a whole different system, get rid of Sean Payton's system? If we don't bring Sean Payton back, should we go get a different type of system to be the offensive coordinator? Should we leave the Sean Payton system alone? Because we need to realize that it's not. I don't think if a Jameis, it fits the quarterbacking that we have. We need to go to a new system, get a new guy with a new vision. Go get somebody else that has something different. If we don't have Sean Payton, because nobody ever going to be Sean Payton, y'all. Nobody ever going to be. There's never going to be another. But we can't expect Pete Carmichael to be Sean Payton. I think it's time for the Saints to go get a new leader, a new guy, a new vision, a new system. Okay, go get similar to what they doing in Kansas. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Run a new system. I think it's time for us to run Sean Payton. I think it's time to run Sean Payton's system, his whole thing. Payton, run it out. If I'm Dennis Allen, one of the biggest mistakes he did. If I'm going to take over from a guy, I'm going to just eliminate everything that Sean. I'm not bringing his assistants back. I'm not bringing nobody back. I'm going to start a new regime, and I think that was the biggest mistake of Dennis Allen is bringing in guys that led. Because they're so busy listening to the system and the leadership of Sean Payton. They're not going to respect me. I want to get a guy that's going to respect me, a guy that has a system that I'm going to put in my new system. Maybe a guy like Dable. Like Dable is running over there in and there's another guy who I'm gonna tell you, Larry, who could be great for us as an offensive coordinator. The guy in Buffalo, his name Darcy, Ken Darcy, a former quarterback, a former quarterback. He would be great for our organization, even as a head coach. This dude here would be great to run a new. We need a new guy. We got to get away from Sean Payton's system, y'all.
We do. I agree, E. I agree. We do have to get away from it. We do have to get away from it because a lot of what they had was set up for Drew Brees to succeed, right? Drew Brees not there no more. We have a bunch of what I want us to bring in somebody who can lead our quarterback room. That's why Jameis was able to have success last year and be successful. A lot of times I heard a lot of people say, well, Sean Payton ain't take the training wheels off him. Well, of course not, because we know that Jameis is a gunslinger. He'll throw the ball up, triple coverage, double, what have you, and on a wing and a prayer, hope your man go get it. So it's just like we need somebody with leadership that can lead our offense, because if by chance Dennis Allen do go, well, I don't know, because what are we saying here? So we saying pretty much Dennis going to go from head coach, which he's not doing a good job, to back to the defensive coordinator. That's basically what we're saying, right? And then we bring somebody won't accept that.
Anybody believe that Dennis Allen is going to take a sit back and become your defensive coordinator after being a head coach? He's not going to do that. Right. He's going somewhere else. That's what they do. A guy got pride. A guy ain't going to sit back there and take and go and demote himself. He's not going to do that. Okay.
There's only one person he's going to do that for.
And that's Sean Payton. That's the only dude.
That's the only one he's gonna do it for.
He ain't doing that for nobody else. That's the only person he's gonna do that for. And y'all, they got some people. One of the things I want y'all to understand. Okay, I don't think we're getting Sean Payton back. There's a very slim chance we get him back, but I don't think we're getting him back. I think what's going to happen, Saints fans, is that what we're going to have to do, and I say if we bring Dennis back, which I don't see, because you got to understand the contract. There's a lot of deep money that they got to get rid of when they get rid of Dennis Allen. The Saints already got a contract on. The Saints are not just dropping money like them. Okay, 1 year, maybe 2 years, but not 1 year. They're not firing this dude. I know y'all passion, I know y'all anger, but they're not firing. They will make him get rid of assistant coaches before they fire him. What's going to happen is it's going to be Pete Carmichael. And one of the reasons why I agree with Larry is because Larry bringing up a guy who has ties to New Orleans, Joe Brady, the system different than Sean Payton. He don't run the same system like Sean Payton, and he has a great leadership qualities. And another guy, like I told you, King Darcy,
quarterback coach
even the guy in Kansas City, and he's a quarterback coach. Because you don't just get an offensive coordinator, you got to get a guy who can actually deal with the quarterback. Go ahead, Humphrey.
Hey, bro, that's been the problem, bro. Because I mean, and, as we're talking about the quarterback play, dog. Who is the quarterback coach? I mean, I know Pete Carmichael was doing quarterback coach. Is he really?
Yeah, he's the quarterback coach and he was the receiver.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Democrats not winning. Let me address Humphrey. Democrats not succeeding and they're not doing good. Don't assume that they don't have a quarterback coach. And don't assume Pete Carmichael is running everything. He's not. Ronald Curry is the quarterback coach. They're doing bad because they first of all, a lot has to do with both ways. It's injuries and bad play calling. Injuries and bad play calling. And we have to hold players. Jarvis Landry ass should not be out for one hand catch. That was a touchdown. And Alvin Kamara, we paying you a lot of money, but you have lost 2 games for us. And I hate to say that. If I look at the kid over there that's playing in San Francisco, McCaffrey is outplaying Alvin Kamara. And y'all going to hate me telling y'all that. McCaffrey is over there in San Francisco. Look, Alvin Kamara.
But, okay, now hold up, E. Because, see, I want to
Holy emotions like
fellas. I want to go live with the fellas. I love Alvin. But see what the comparison is. It's not a comparison between Alvin and Christian because they're 2 different running backs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christian came out of our division, granted, but he was hurt most of his career. Now, he didn't got revitalized, granted, playing in San Fran, but sometimes a change of scenery is good for dudes. He wasn't flourishing in Carolina. Them days was behind him. So to take him and put him in an environment where he a beach boy, put him out there where he can flourish.
No, they put him on a winning team, sis. No. I disagree with you. They brought him to a winning team. They put him on a winning team. You put a guy like that with an offensive line. He's playing with one of the best offensive linemen in football.
So that's what
he got one of the best players in football, Mike Shanahan.
Okay, so out of
not Mike Shanahan. What is his name?
But out of all those
Mike
seasons,
Shanahan's
right?
son.
Kyle Shanahan.
How often was Christian McCaffrey healthy in Carolina versus how he playing in San Francisco? What I'm saying is, he went from a losing team to a winning team. He went from not healthy to healthy all of a sudden. Same thing with Alvin.
Everybody's a disaster in Carolina. He said Joe Brady was a disaster in Carolina. How many quarterbacks Joe Brady went to?
Alvin has 13 more touchdowns than Christian, right? Yes, he do. Because Alvin, now that his team is in shambles, he not playing his best ball. The dude he been good at what he been doing.
He's a part of them playing in shambles. He's a part of them playing in shambles. Call it what it is. He's a part of it. He got distracted because of offseason. He distracted because of the offseason thing that happened to him. He don't know if he's going to be suspended or not. He has distractions on him. Alvin got problems going on. And that started the season as a disaster with players like that who normally lead.
And that's a testament to why Alvin isn't having having a good season. And we like to compare Christian. Christian was hurt most of that boy's season, and Alvin was cutting up. Now Christian cutting up, and Alvin not having a good season. But this only Alvin's second season, rather, not really having a good season versus Christian not having a good season his whole career, and he still got 13 more touchdowns
Alvin
than
never
Christian.
had 1,000 yards for the Saints. Do y'all realize Alvin been playing for the New Orleans Saints all these years? Don't have 1,000 yards. He don't have 1,000-yard season one time. Not 1,000-yard season.
Because Alvin is not that type of back. Alvin is not that type of back.
He's not used like that.
Alvin is a receiving scat back for a reason. Now, C-Mac is a different type of scat back. He's a hybrid of a speed receiving scat back. That's what C-Mac is.
Like Jason said,
two different backs.
The offensive coordinator not scheming him into the game.
They're not scheming him in the game. Sean Payton held Alvin Kamara back. Sean Payton, if Alvin would play for any other team, he'll be 1,000-yard back. Sean Payton has held Alvin back for that game last. Alvin, I don't know who it was. Alvin was set a record on who it is. Minnesota, somebody. He kept him from scoring 8 touchdowns. Y'all got to understand all the credit y'all give Sean Payton. Y'all refuse to criticize Sean Payton on some of the stuff he has done.
Oh, I criticize the shit out of him. Y'all go back to my post.
We should have 4 Super Bowls. Sean Payton kept us from 4 Super Bowls. Let's just be real.
Let me explain something to y'all right
here. We should have had.
Let me explain something to y'all. Dennis Allen is only head coach by title.
The only one who criticized Sean Payton.
He didn't really have no control over who stay and who go on that coaching staff. They wanted to keep that whole staff intact. That's why they slid him up there, because he's the only one who's coaching staff.
That's Mickey Loomis.
Mickey Loomis running the show. Mickey Loomis running that show. Now, I don't know if he kept the staff intact because him and Sean had to take an L for this.
Mickey need to take an L for this, because you don't set up a coach to come over and ask him to coach behind one of the legendary coaches, and he gonna pick his own staff. He can't pick his own staff. That ain't right. And that's the defense of Dennis Allen, in my opinion.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Mickey Loomis too. Tell you the truth, Mickey Loomis should have been gone a long time ago, because there's no way every year we should be restructuring contracts instead of kicking debt down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's Sean Payton wanted him to do that, man. Sean Payton wanted him to do that.
The ownership allowing him to do it.
You can't fire a guy who winning all them years. The man kept winning. He was restructuring and kept the Saints competitive every year.
That's not what I'm saying.
Competitive. How you gonna find somebody who keep you competitive?
That's not what I'm saying. From a financial standpoint, there's no reason every year, but we always in cap hell. There's no reason we should be in cap hell 10 straight years.
He fixed that shit out of there. He kept you out of cap hell.
No, he put us. He kicking the can down the road. He's just kicking the can. That's why we got all this dead money. That's why we can't afford the big name free agents. That's why we can't afford to retain our good players, because we can't afford them. We can't afford them because we got dead money going out. We got dead money going out every year.
Hold up.
We paying motherfuckers over in
the If that's the case, the Legion will still be together. All teams got to lose great players. Nobody can keep their teams under the salary cap. You can't keep nobody. Teams got to keep scoring every year.
We losing them every year.
We losing young stars. We losing young stars
every year.
Look at how much money we owe. Look at how much money we still got. We still owe Jack Rabbit, Drew Brees, and Emmanuel Sanders in dead money.
Exactly. We still paying people that ain't even in the damn league no more.
That you losing every year.
Hey,
name the young stars that you losing every year.
We lost Marcus Williams.
We
lost Von Bell, Marcus Williams. We lost Trey Hendrickson because we couldn't afford to pay the people. We couldn't afford to pay to keep him.
Hold up. You lost Von Bell when his contract was up. You not gonna overpay no doubt Von Bell. You not a Von Bell. You already had these guys. You gotta make sense, bro. You can't pay everybody. You're not paying no Hendrickson.
No, you can't pay everybody. But you ain't cap hell.
We can get that.
You can't pay everybody in football.
But we can let. We lose Trey Hendrickson, but we draft your boy. What his name is, number 98, and he ain't even on the field half the damn time. He injured all the time. What that boy name is, number 98?
Peyton Turner.
I would rather Trey Hendrickson over Peyton Turner, but it was cheaper. It was cheaper to draft Peyton Turner.
I gotta mute you right now. And the reason why you're gonna get muted, because I gotta tell you something. If you're gonna say that, then I can say the same thing about Trey Hendrickson. Because Trey Hendrickson, in the beginning of his career, we were saying the same injury problems that we were saying about Peyton Turner. The same criticism you giving Peyton Turner, it was the same criticism that we gave Trey Henderson. And at the end of the day, Trey Henderson turned his career around. He became great for the Saints, and he ended up getting a great contract over there in Cincinnati. We weren't able to retain him. So don't say it because we drafted this young dude, Peyton Turner, like that's a problem. That ain't no problem. Peyton Turner is going to be a good player. He's not a garbage player. The dude had a freak accident that a dude fell on his leg. He was playing at a high level before he got injured. Shout out to New Orleans SAM podcast. Go ahead, Larry. This with because this conversation is between you. Go ahead.
Nah, back to what I was saying. It still makes sense though because we couldn't afford Trey no more. But Trey brought pressure, something that we lacking right now. He pushed the pocket. He made quarterbacks uncomfortable. You put him across from Cam, they had to concentrate on Cam. Trey was up in that backfield, just like he doing in Cincinnati, up in that backfield. He still got a high amount of sacks this year. Last year, he had a high amount of sacks.
You drafted.
He had 10.5 sacks that year.
That's what you're saying.
10.5.
Hold on. Don't say nothing, Trey. Hold on. I'll mute you. Okay? First of all, we're going to go back to Trey Hendrickson. We're going to go back because I'm going back at y'all. We're going to go back to Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson was a product because that was the same draft we had went and got who? Who we went and got? We traded up and got. Who we got, Mean Shogun? Who was the guy that we went and got in this? Huh?
Wait, don't make me lie. Hold up.
Big boy. Davenport. Davenport.
Yeah, it was Davenport. My bad. It was Davenport.
All right. So we didn't expect Trey Hendrickson to be what Trey Hendrickson ended up being. We drafted Davenport to be a Trey Hendrickson. Okay? We didn't expect it. Nobody expected Trey Hendrickson to be better than Davenport because Davenport still ended up, we traded up to go get this cat. He ended up more injured than being a productive player. Okay? So let's just be honest with ourselves. The Saints never thought that Trey Hendrickson was going to be this guy that Trey Hendrickson ended up being in Cincinnati. He started off injured. There were many Saints fans were talking about cut Trey Hendrickson, get rid of Trey Hendrickson. He never healthy. Just the same way they were talking about Marcus Davenport. That y'all guys go back, y'all go around in circles because y'all act like I don't know. I know what y'all was doing. A lot of you guys were the same one. So y'all gonna say the Saints are at fault for trying to keep the Davenport, who they spent 2 number 1 picks to trade up to go get. Okay? And they're going to just give it. That makes no sense. Nobody knew Trey Hendrickson was going to be that good.
But he already was showing flashes of what he can do in our defense prior to them getting rid of him. So they should have kept him. That dude was playing good.
No. We didn't know. No. Listen. We had a decision to make. Are we gonna keep? I think it was between him and Marcus Williams. I don't know at the time. It was a decision through safeties, a safety and a pass rusher. So, what we gonna get rid of one of them? Or we gonna? And the Saints chose to go. That's what had happened at the time. Okay. So I know what you're talking about, but they can both of them.
Well, just
you're lagging right now. You might want to lag in and lag back out, because we can't hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, just to piggyback off of that there. Okay. With the Von Bell, look, with the Von Bell situation, now. You give Malcolm Jenkins that same money that you were supposed to give to Von Bell, who was a younger player and had chemistry.
He was productive. Malcolm was productive.
No, but I mean, the boy had chemistry.
Malcolm
the only
was
thing
productive.
Hold up.
I can sit here and tell you, Malcolm Jenkins came back more productive than Von Bell.
Let me say this here, bro. And the only difference with Von Bell and hold up. The only difference with Von Bell and Malcolm Jenkins was the experience factor. But those guys played together for 3 years. They had chemistry together. You You don't think them boys was pissed off that Von Bell didn't come back? And I mean, and again, let's go to this year. Let's go to this year. Hold up. Let me say this.
There was an NFC championship.
Okay, well, at the same point, you don't think that his teammates were pissed off that they didn't try to retain him and just basically said, okay, well, we're gonna go with Malcolm Jenkins, who's a veteran, which y'all need right now. Because that was what the problem was in that NFC championship game, is that they had nobody to lean on in the defensive backfield. That's what Malcolm Jenkins brought.
I disagree with that, brother. No. We didn't lose that game because of no doggone safety. We lost the game because of the Los Angeles scams and that ridiculous play call. That's why we lost the game. We didn't lose because of no back end of the damn of safety help. Malcolm Jenkins. Anybody gonna say Malcolm Jenkins was a terrible pick at the time, y'all? Nobody was not going to overpay for the Bengals for no Von Bell, but the Bengals.
Well,
and the Bengals wanted him because he was from Ohio. The dude was from Ohio. They went and got a guy that was one of their people. The Saints was not equipped to pay no Von Bell.
The Bengals still was in the Super Bowl last year with him.
We gave Malcolm Jenkins
Bell, brother.
No, they did not. No, they did not. Because
they did.
No, man, because they
I
gave.
I didn't say he didn't play good. We could not afford him.
They gave Malcolm Jenkins the same money that they was going to give to Von Bell.
And Malcolm Jenkins played up to his contract. Let me Mean Show Game. What do you think about this? Was that a bad deal for letting Von Bell go?
Given the fact that Jink was a veteran, Von played good, and I mean, I kind of hate personally when they break up the defense like that. Bringing Jink back wasn't bad, but getting rid of Von Bell was kind of a bad move too, because Von was playing actually good.
Well, how you gonna pay for Von Bell?
So it's kind of right. So it's kind of like
pull up the pull up the
numbers. With Jake Rabbit and Williams and what them boys did in the backfield, I commend them. We still played fantastic football with all them back there. So bringing Jake back and getting rid of Von, you kind of was like bittersweet. But Jake was a more savvy, veteran than Von. So bringing Jake back.
Yeah, the leadership. He led us.
We didn't miss no beat.
He was better than Tyrann Matthew. Malcolm Jenkins is better than Tyrann Matthew has been for us as a leader. And one thing.
I agree.
Jenkins was old.
One thing I'm gonna tell y'all.
Jake got old.
One thing I'm gonna tell y'all is if you're gonna get rid of him, listen. The only mistake the Saints made was letting Marcus Williams go. That was the biggest mistake that they made, because that was the hands down. That was the worst, worst in Saints. One of the worst moves in their history. Letting one of the best safeties. This guy here was one of our best safeties, and you let him walk. That was the mistake that they made.
Let me tell you why.
That's the mistake that they made.
You just proved my
Von
point.
Bell was not the mistake.
You just proved my point, though.
Huh?
You just proved my point. Because we had so much of the cap. Listen, we had so much. We got so much of the cap tied up in dead money that we ain't got nothing available to pay the players that we need to pay at the time it's time they do up.
Right.
We got so much dead money tied up. That's what I'm saying. Every year we gotta sacrifice somebody. We gotta sacrifice somebody and then bring them players.
It's amazing that you can talk about that now.
Check this out.
It's amazing y'all talk about that now.
Check this out.
We've been on a down end.
Check this out. Hold on. Check this out, though.
When Mickey Loomis kept us competitive, y'all was not saying that stuff. Y'all didn't have the same energy when the Saints was competitive.
I still had the same energy because I looked at it from financial.
Playoffs in the NFC.
Now check this out. Check this out, though. We laid up there. We lost that one player because we couldn't sign him, right? But we forked over money for Honey Badger and Marcus May.
Speak on it.
We brought in two safety. We lost one safety, but we went and signed two. Make it make sense.
Yeah,
I agree with y'all on that.
Them two salaries combined. We could have laid up there and negotiated with Marcus Williams. Them two salaries combined.
I disagree with you on that. Didn't I say? But hold up. Didn't I say that? Didn't I just tell you the biggest mistake that they should have kept Marcus Williams? I agree with you on that. I'm talking about other moves. Don't act like all their moves were messed up because they was not all messed up.
Listen. The reason why that happened. The reason why that happened is because of what's going on with the salary cap. How we keep kicking cans down the road.
Right.
That's the reason why.
Okay. We at the end. Look, we're gonna change the subject.
Every single year we in a cap hell and losing our best players.
We ain't gonna be in cap hell no more because
Look at how much money we got tied to the secondary. Look at how much money we got tied to the secondary to 9 players. 9 players. We literally got almost 215 million tied to 9 secondary defensive players.
I know. Listen. I gotta get this in. Because we're almost time to go to the game. Listen, we're not gonna be tied to cap players because we're about to blow a lot of this stuff up. So you're gonna get what you want, Larry. We're not gonna be in cap hell no more. We're not gonna be fixing a lot of dudes gonna be released at the end of the season. But the part when I want to we ain't gotta worry about that no more. But the part when I want to make is this. We're playing the Atlanta Falcons. This game here against the Atlanta Falcons. What do we have to do to beat the Atlanta Falcons? Because this is a rival game. No matter how good we are, how bad we are, these two teams play. What do we have to do to win this football? Y'all got to be quick because we're going to be out.
Aggressive play calling and aggressive defense on both sides of the ball the whole game.
Pressure.
Hold up, brother. Hold up. I'm going to come to you. Larry, Larry. Hold up, y'all. I've got to mute y'all mic. Y'all got to let people talk one time. Larry, what do we got to do to win this football game? Make it fast.
We gotta bring pressure on both sides of the ball.
Then I'm gonna go to you guys.
We gotta apply pressure on both sides of the ball. We gotta apply pressure.
Offensively, what we need to do?
Offensively, we need to push the ball and we need to apply pressure. We need to go at them. We ain't got nothing.
Do you think we shouldn't go aggressive and go downfield?
We got to
go downfield. Don't care if you throw interceptions. Aggressively go downfield.
We ain't got nothing to lose.
Okay. Mean show again. Go ahead. Right. All right. Mean show again. Your turn.
Look.
You're muted. So I don't hear you.
Oh, you had me muted. We need to run the ball. Use Taysom. Get Taysom in those open running lanes. Use Alvin in the open running lanes. Create pressure. We need to get to Desmond Ridder early and often to set the tone. And I think that'll be the key. Is push the ball downfield. Get Jarvis involved. Get like some of our playmakers involved early and often. We'll win the ball game.
Man, you did something that was key. Taysom Hill always played good for some reason against Atlanta. Out of all the teams, that's the team. I don't know what. Out of all the teams, he always played good against them.
He a bird hunter. He hate the Falcons. He hate them. That boy hate the Falcons.
All right, he undefeated against them, actually.
Oh, aggressive play call. Aggressive play calling on both sides of the ball. Put AK in the receiving game and running game. 20-plus rushes, 15-plus receiving touches. Taysom's 10, 15 touches at quarterback, and his 20-plus receiving plays every single game, this whole 9 yards. And defensively, aggressive pass rush. Get them ends in. Get that stint.
Big key what Jason said.
Linebackers. Oh.
Go ahead. You keep going.
Aggressive secondary. Tyron.
You keep going, bro.
Honey Badger, you better get on your A game this game. Because if not, boy, we gonna be on you like hot grease. Marcus May, we gonna be on you like hot grease. Man, I'm telling y'all, secondary, get your act together. Linebackers, play more aggressive, pass rush. Y'all better get to the quarterback. I want to see sacks.
Yeah, right. Basically, basically, coaching, bro, on both sides of the ball. That's all I can say. Because I mean, we can't go with the individuals right now, dog. It's got to be coaching. I mean, you got to call a good game on offense. Dennis Allen, you got to call a good game on defense. You know, simple and plain.
Right.
You know, you can't really say
we blitz
too
more,
much
Humphrey?
more.
Humphrey. Should we blitz
I mean,
team?
shit.
Because they don't.
Yes.
Don't have Kyle Pitts.
Listen.
They got a rookie quarterback.
Cover zeros.
They got a rookie quarterback. They don't have Kyle Pitts.
Send 8 at him. Send 8 at him every play.
Okay.
But you know who could be a game wrecker for them though? Cordell Patterson. They have to contain him. Contain Cordell Patterson.
Oh boy, Cordell. Oh Lord, 6'4", 240. That's gonna be a ball fight.
He plays his best against the Saints for whatever reason. That is a topic.
Misdirections too. Watch him in misdirections.
We're running out of time, but please contain him. Please don't let that boy wreck this game because he can and he will if he could. So containing him, we'll be all right. I think the little dude Tyler Alaria, whatever his name is, they really won't be too much of factors. Drake London, I mean, he, whatever, but Cordell Patterson is really their playmaker.
We just got to bust him in the mouth on both sides of the ball.
Yes,
bust him in the mouth.
Early. So the game come on.
Bust him in the mouth. And we want to see some more emotional. And look, we want to see Dennis Allen get a little emotional and be a damn coach for a change. We want to see him be a coach for a change, okay?
Getting your players butt, man. You looking like a diva out there. You looking like a quiet diva out there, not getting your players butt.
He looked like the Clapper, y'all. That's what he looked like, the Clapper. Jason Gary. He looked similar to Jason Gary. Don't give a damn. I look at it like that. And then that walk he gives, oh my God, it turns me off when I see him walk, okay? But we're gonna talk about the score. We're gonna talk about the he's a diva, man. He's a diva. He's definitely a diva.
The man.
We're gonna go with the score, Larry.
If we push the ball and attack down, if we attack downfield with Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, I can see us putting up 30 plus. We gotta attack them though. We gotta come out with it.
Adam Troutman, another key.
Juwan Johnson, we gotta attack them in the red zone. We gotta use our bigs. We gotta use our big bodies down there.
I can see Juwan Johnson scoring today. I can see Taysom scoring today. I can see.
Man, they better. That's one thing. They better use him every 30
seconds. What is your score, Larry? Then I need y'all score. What is your score, Larry? Then I'm gonna go with you, Mean Show. Then what is your score?
I'm gonna say we're gonna score 34 to about 20 to 21. 34-21.
Oh, that's a good over.
34 to 21. I like that score. Well, go ahead on Mean Show. If we attack.
28-14.
28-14. That's a damn good score. 28-14. What about you, Nas?
27-20.
27-20. Woo, you got a close game. Go ahead, Humphreys.
Okay, low scoring, 21-17.
21-17. Wow. I got the Saints. I got a ridiculous game today, y'all. I got the Saints putting up their first 40 game in a while. I think the Saints got 45 punts today. It's gonna look crazy today. I think Atlanta putting up 34. I think it's a 45-34. I think these teams, Atlanta and the Saints, are ridiculously crazy when they play each other. I think this is gonna be a wild game. I think this will be the first time I see Jameis coming in this game at halftime. Some kind of way Jameis getting this game. I think that Andy might get hurt, y'all. Something might happen, and we're gonna see Jameis light up the scope. That's just my.
They're gonna hurt him because they already got. They don't like Andy. Andy's 2 and undefeated. Remember, Andy's 2 and undefeated against Atlanta.
He's still undefeated against Atlanta.
Watch that. Watch this. They're gonna break him. They're gonna try to break him. Watch.
We get Eric
they scared of him. They scared of him. They scared of him. They scared of him. We got McCoy back too. We got McCoy, we got Ingram back, and we got somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna have an actual line. Shout out to Brian's. My brother Brian's in the house. He gets 30 to 21. That's a dog.
They said he got put on IR.
30 to 21.
Yeah. Ingram out. We got McCoy.
Okay, we got Christopher said 24 to 21. That's a good score. Perry Grant said 15 to 12. That's a good good score, y'all. That's a good score. 15-12. That's a low score. Oh, Lord. Paragon said, man, that's a very low score. 20-7. That's 20-7. That's a decent score. Okay, that's a decent score. Okay, so we're gonna see y'all right after the game. Right after the game, the host will be back after the game. We'll have with everybody, y'all be back. The same people. Hopefully, you guys be back right after the game. Hopefully, it's a victory, y'all. No matter what, I know y'all not liking the way the Saints playing, but we the Who That Nation. Whether they win, lose, or draw, y'all supposed to support the team, y'all. And at the end of the day, we may not like the coach, we not like what he's doing, but support the Saints, okay? We are.
I'm telling you right now, Dennis Allen, you better win at home. You better win at home, DA. It's gonna be your head in Pete Carmichael.
It's our Super Bowl, y'all. Y'all, we'll see y'all right after the game.
DA, PC, y'all better win.